Okay, when we do addition and subtraction, we want to write our final answer in standard form. That is just a given now. All of your answers should be written in standard form. So we are going to add the polynomials. And when we're adding, what that means is we're combining like terms. We've done this before, okay? So you're looking for terms that match, and you are going to add them together. When you add like terms, you combine the coefficients. You do not change your exponents or your variables in any way, okay? So we're going to start out, and I'm just going to find my largest exponent, which is x to the third. I have 5x to the third plus 3x to the third, so this would be 8x to the third. Let's move on to our next term, x to the second. That's the only one, so it would be plus 4x to the second. Next, we have 4x minus 2x, which would be 2x. And our constant minus 6 on the end. Same idea for this next example. We're still adding. Okay, we're adding 3 different sets of parentheses. That's fine, nothing changes. So let's start with our x squared. It's 8x squared plus 2x squared, 10x squared. Next, let's go to 3x plus negative 4x would be negative 1x. Remember, if you're adding a negative, it's like subtraction, okay? And then our constants, we have a negative 2 plus 5, which would be plus 3. Moving on to subtraction. When we are subtracting our polynomials, in order to reduce the number of mistakes, we are going to take the same step at the very beginning. Okay, if I'm subtracting my second polynomial here, that means I'm subtracting the first term, the second term, and the third term. So we are going to rewrite this problem and change the sign of every term to the right of that minus sign, and we're going to make it an addition problem instead. So we will use the subtraction to change the terms and then just add together our results. So my first set of parentheses here, my 3x squared minus 7x plus 3, that just stays as is. And then we are now adding, and I'm changing the signs for each of these next 3 terms because it's actually subtraction. So this is now a negative 2x squared minus 7x minus 6. And again, we're just going to make this addition. So we're going to take 3x squared plus negative 2x squared, which is 1x squared. Negative 7x plus negative 7x, which is negative 14x. 3 plus negative 6, which is negative 3. Okay, example 4, very similar. We are subtracting, so we are subtracting all 3 terms in our second parenthesis, which means we're going to change this to an addition problem and change the sign of all 3 of those terms. So we're adding a negative 7x squared plus a 4x minus 3. Okay, our largest exponent is x to the third, but nothing combines with that, so I'll just keep 3x to the third. And then I have negative x to the second. Again, nothing combines with that, so minus x to the second. Now I have negative 6x plus 4x, so that would be negative 2x. And our constant, negative 3. So if you aren't able to combine a term with another term, you just simply bring it down to write your final answer. Notice that all these answers that I'm writing are in standard form. Okay. So we're taking x to the third minus x plus 5, and we are adding negative 5x to the third minus 7 plus 1x. X to the third is being added with negative 5x to the third, so that would be negative 4x to the third. Negative 1x plus positive 1x, those cancel, that's just 0. And 5 plus negative 7 would be minus 2. All right, one more for you guys. We're taking 4x to the second minus 1x plus 3, and we're adding positive 7 minus 3x squared minus 9x. So we're taking 4x squared plus negative 3x squared, which is 1x squared. Negative 1x plus negative 9x, which would be negative 10x. 3 plus 7, which is 10. Okay, last on addition and subtraction, we're going to look at perimeter. We know that perimeter is adding all of the side lengths together. Okay, to find the length around a figure, to find the perimeter, you add together all the sides. So if I want to write a polynomial that represents the perimeter of this triangle, I'm going to do so by adding all the sides. So I'm taking 6x plus 8, and I'm adding 8x plus 4, and I'm adding my third side, 3x minus 2. And we're just going to go ahead and simplify that as well. So find our like terms, 6x, 8x, and 3x, which gives me 17x. And then 8 plus 4 plus negative 2, which would be 10. So the expression 17x plus 10 could then represent the perimeter of this figure.